Hello and welcome. This is Lindsay of Lindsay Lou Rogers for Yoga Basics. Today we're going to be going over triangle pose and pyramid pose. So let's come take a seat on our mat. I have a few props with me today that I'd like to go over. I have two pillows. I have a blanket at the end of my mat here. If you have one, that's great for Shavasana. Sometimes it's good to prop up different parts of the body. I have some blocks. Books will work great for those as well, and maybe even a rolled up blanket would be fine, or folded. A couple of announcements, as always. I am unable to do hands-on assist, so just sending energy from my home doors as I guide you through postures today. And again, if you have any injuries or illnesses, just taking the advice of your doctor and making adjustments to the postures accordingly. So let's begin on hands and knees today. So let's begin seated, which is great. Let's just begin on our hands and knees below the hips, and ankles, palms below the shoulders. And then just notice where you are. Is the belly falling down, or are you pressing up? Just come to a neutral spine here, and then really pay attention to the eye of the elbows. Let's just press those forward as we push into the palms, and then pressing into each individual finger pad, but paying particular attention to the pointer and the thumb. And then maybe just tapping out the feet, and then tucking the toes, and just pushing through the palms, drawing the hips toward the heels. Good. Inhale, back up to table. Exhale, push the hips back. And you can go ahead and bring a pillow or rolled up blanket there between the hips and the calves, just to create a little support. And as you do so, just walk those hands back. We're going to come into broken toe, just to stretch out the bottoms of the feet. If this is okay for you, go ahead and give a high five to the right hand, grabbing the right fingers and pulling it back. And bring this right hands down, stretching the forearm, shaking out the right hand, and then just release those hands to the mat. Remove the prop and then tap out the toes. Good. If one more of these is in the story for today, go ahead and try it out, pushing the hips back toward the heels, and then high-fiving that left hand, pulling those fingers back, and then maybe bringing those fingers down, grabbing fingers, and then just stretching that forearm. Good. Shake the hands out. Plant the fingers, untuck the toes as you remove the prop, and just tap those toes out. Good. Let's go ahead and just step that right foot up. If you need to give it a little help, go ahead and grab the ankle, and then just bring the foot between the hands. Again, we have a 90-degree angle here in the front and in the back. And you can tent those fingers. Maybe you look up. An option to press the hips forward, stretching the hips. Good. So stretching the hip flexor. Maybe the hands come out a little bit. Maybe they come up on to the top of the knee. And release the hands down. Go ahead and press the hips back and flex the toes. Good. Inhale back to center. And go ahead and send the foot back to the table. Let's come into a couple cats and cows here. So I'm just going to rock left and right here just to get even on the hips. And then I'll drop the belly, look up, opening shoulders. And on an exhale, arch the spine into cat. Inhale, drop up. And exhale, arch the spine, separating the shoulder blades. And come back to neutral. And then when you're ready, send that left leg forward. Maybe you grab the left ankle with the left hand and just draw the foot up between the hands. And then maybe you just press those hips forward. So you could either stay here in that 90-degree angle, have 90 degrees in front and back, or maybe I just press the hips forward ever so slightly, looking up. Or if you're comfortable, go ahead and place the hands above the knee. And release. Send the hips back. Flex the foot.
So do what your body needs here. If those hamstrings are really tight, just keep a bend in the knee just to honor what your body needs today. Inhaling back up. Exhale, send the hips back. Being gentle with the body. Inhale up. And exhale, send the hips back. And when you're ready, go ahead and release that left foot. Come back into your table. Let's take a couple of those cats and cows hands. Just drop the back. Looking up. Opening the chest. And exhale, cat the spine, arching spine. Inhaling, exhaling. And one last time here. We're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose. So again, option 2, place a prop here between the hips and the heels. And maybe you grab one of your books and bring it up to the front of your mat. Maybe it goes one direction or the other, whatever feels good to you. And then walk those hands out, press into the palms, sending the hips back. Maybe the forehead lands right here. Bringing the floor up to you. That feels good. Relaxing into the posture. Letting it fall back. When you're ready, on an inhale, rise up, remove the props. And let's just tuck those toes and come into our first bent knee, downward facing dog. So here what I'm gonna do is come essentially from table, lifting the knees up, and then pressing into the palms to send the hips back. Maybe you have a deep bend in the knees. And when you're ready, begin to walk those feet up close to the hands. Hip width distance apart, pressing the hands to the shins or fingertips toward the floor for your flat back. Exhale, fold, and roll all the way up to your Tadasana. Welcome, here we are. Go ahead and roll those shoulders out. I'm just gonna face you for a moment. I want you to just feel what you feel. Again, rocking back and forth, taking note of the feet. And as you do so, notice what you feel on either side of the feet and where you feel it as you're moving back and forth. And just inhale the right arm up, come to a side stretch, stretching that right side body, and release it down. Place the palm on the right leg. Inhale, left arm up, and over to the right side, stretching the left side body. Inhale, extended mountain, and then just bring those hands up. And inhale up and send them both over to the right side, stretching the left side body. Inhale, center. Hold here for a moment to get centered, and stand up to the left. Good. Come back to center, and let's release those hands. Good. Coming to the top of your mat. Let's go through a little flow here and then get into our triangle posture. Inhale those arms all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step into your push-up position. Maybe today you just draw those elbows in and send the entire body to the mat. Good. Maybe you do knees, chest, chin, whatever you need today. Roll the shoulders up for baby cobra. And as we're warming the body, maybe you just lift one hand and then the other using the strength of the back. Maybe you lift both. Good. Bring the hands down. Tuck the toes. Press into the palms. Lift the hips into your second downward facing dog. Maybe you walk those legs out. Maybe it feels different than the other. And just walk the feet up towards the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Good. Inhaling the arms all the way up. Exhale, down. Great job. So let's just step that right foot back. So essentially, when we come into warrior one, for example, we step the right foot back into warrior one, we have a bend in the front knee, and the back foot is at a 60-degree angle. So we're going to do something similar as we do in warrior one by straightening the front leg and just shortening the stance ever so slightly. So again, the left toes are sending the energy forward, pointing forward, and the right toes are facing out to the side. Maybe you widen your stance ever so slightly, and then just draw energy up through the arches like we discussed. And then as you do that, the inner thighs engage. Ooh, and those hips turn. Great. So we have all the weight in that front foot, and bring energy out the toes and through the back foot. So we talked a little bit about triangle and pyramid, so we're going to set up for pyramid first. So inhale those arms all the way up. Let's just send the flat back out and forward as far as we can. And then maybe the hands reach down toward the shin. Maybe they come for 2 blocks. This is a great spot for a prop. Good. This is a good spot here. So we have some stretch coming through the back of the left leg. The right toes are being sent out to the side, left toes forward, hips are forward. And when you're ready, go ahead, release down and come all the way up. Good. Rotating through center into star pose, the hands out. Maybe you just give it a little bend. And let's just rotate to the other side. So turn that back foot in, send the right foot forward. Maybe you need to adjust now to bring them into more of a ski position versus one line, like we had in warrior two. Then maybe you just bring your props up to the front. So right leg is straight, long and strong, sending energy through the bottoms of the toes, the heel, and the back leg. We have the toes pointed out to the side. And then we draw energy up the arches in order to engage the inner thighs and send those hips this direction. Inhaling the arms up and over the head, sending the torso in a flat back over the legs. Maybe the hands just release again to props, or maybe they come onto the shin and you tuck the head, forehead down. Do whatever feels good to you today. Remembering we were on our hands and knees and we had one leg forward. What that felt like. So this is very similar, but the back leg is straight this time. So just let gravity do its thing here. Good. Inhale up, pressing off of the props. Coming through the center, rotating the left foot around, toes out, coming into star pose. Good. And maybe you bend the knees down and rotate over to the other side. Good. And then step the right foot up to meet the left. Exhale those arms all the way down. Roll the shoulders out. And let's just set up for triangles. There's a lot that goes into triangle pose, isn't there? Okay, so let's just bring that left foot forward. And again, stepping the right foot back. So let's first come into warrior two. So let's go to heel to arch alignment, sending the arms out. So here we are in warrior two, and let's just straighten that front leg. Maybe that back foot comes in ever so slightly, toes pointed out. And we talk about tilting the hip. So let's send the arms out, tilt that right hip, and then send the left hand forward. And as we do that, we tilt down to our left, looking up at our right hand. There's a lot that's going on here. Let's come out of that for just a moment and feel it. So before we're tilting the hip, we were down in warrior two. We straightened the front leg. We brought that back foot in ever so slightly. And then we tilted the hip as the arms were extended, reached out long and strong for a long line of energy, and then we tilted. So as we tilt, we can either tilt and sink, or we can expand, rising the top arm up. And then you see this long line of energy down the right side. And this left arm here, similar to as we were in side angle pose here earlier, we have a similar hand stance here on that left side. So the hand is shining forward, and we're trying not to crunch too much in that left side body. And then we want to open that chest up. Look up at the hand. Maybe you open a little more. Good. And let's release. So it does take a lot of energy in this pose. Your heart rate might be increasing. Go ahead and step that right foot up. Good. Just take a breath here. Relaxing and mounting, centering the body. And I'm just going to face the other side as I come in, sending my left foot back. So you can remain there if you like. I just want to be able to look at you and talk to you. We'll just send my left foot back and step in to my warrior two on my right side, straightening my right leg, bringing that back foot up ever so slightly. So again, left toe straight out, right toe straight out this direction. And then we tilt the back hip. So my left hip, send the arms forward, tilt them down, look up at the left hand. Good, come back out of it. Good. And release one more time. Inhale those arms up, tilt the back hip, send the right arm forward, tilting the arms down, then send that left arm up, 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 up. So you have energy coming down, that left ankle pressing all the way from the outside of that foot through the hip, through the side body, under the arm, all the way up out that pinky. And that's what just made you taller. And then that right hand is over here on the inside. Good, release. And step the feet up. Hold there in your Tadasana, centering the body, taking some deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Calming the body. So again, I'm going to come to this side of my mat here. Inhale, extend the mountain. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to come through our flow and add in the triangle. So just step those feet back into your push-up position. Send the eyes of the elbows forward as you wrap the triceps around. And maybe you come to knees, chest, and chin. Maybe you slowly bring the body down toward the mat. Rolling up into your baby cobra. And then pressing into your downward facing dog as you tuck the toes, send the hips high. Good. And then bend the knees, look between the hands. Maybe you give it a little hop this time. And then if you can get this far, great. Just walk those hands back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Inhaling those arms all the way up. Exhale down. And from here, we're just going to step that right foot back again into warrior two. So go ahead and take your time to adjust. You don't always step right where you want to be. But we have that left heel aligned with the right arch. Just straighten the front leg. Inch that back foot in ever so slightly. Tilt the hips. Send the left arm forward. And then tilt the torso, sending energy up, 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 up. Imagine someone is pulling a string from the fingers. Good. And inhale back to center. And let's just step that right foot up to meet the left, extended mountain. Exhale, Tadasana. We'll come on the other side. Feel free to switch to the other side of your mat or not, whatever you'd like to do today. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back into your push-up position. Come down through knees, chest and chin, and roll up into your baby cobra. Tuck the toes, lift the hips into downward facing dog. And then maybe you hop those feet up to meet the hands, and then walk the hands back to meet the feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And then just roll up to stand. Good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, Tadasana. And then from here, just step that left foot back to your warrior two stance. So right heel matching up with that left arch. And when you're ready, straighten the front leg. Go ahead and bring the back foot in ever so slightly. Tilt the hips, sending the right arm forward. And then rotate the arms, left arm up, and then send it up another couple inches. Hand shining here. Strong in your posture. Very good. Inhale all the way up. Hold here, just honoring what you just did, how strong you are, and how much energy it takes to get through that posture. Very good. Bend the right knee and just step the left up to extended mountain. Exhale the arms down. Inhale up. Just imagine you're holding on to the moon, to that big bowl of water, the beach ball, and just send those hands ever so slightly over to the right. Inhale, center, and send them over to the left. Inhale, center, and when you're ready, exhale, Tadasana. Good. Great job, everyone. Go ahead and shake the hands out, shake the feet out. And we're just gonna come to a seated position on our mat, facing front, for a few twists. Go ahead and cross the legs over. Maybe you cross them in the opposite direction. And then just walk that right hand out in front. And then send the left arm up to the sky. And maybe send the left arm back. Good. And then extend the arms all the way around. Right arm to the back. Left arm to the front for a twist. Good. Inhale to center. And just send those legs out for staff pose. You can send them in front of you, or maybe you come to the side. We're going to do a fold, but I'm also going to cue some options with props. That's really restorative. Feels good for you. So let's just inhale those arms all the way up. Imagine you're holding on to that moon. And then just send the upper body, the torso forward toward the toes, the shins folding over the body. So this is what it would look like without props. If you would like to add props, maybe you have a rolled up blanket. So I'll just take this one here, or a towel, roll that up. You can send something underneath those knees. Good. And then, if that feels good, it releases those hamstrings. That should feel nice for you. And then maybe you bring a pillow to the tops of the legs. Maybe you bring another pillow. So you worked hard, now we want to bring the floor to you. Maybe you even add a book. I like to do that. So bring this all the way up. And then you send the arms up on inhale. And exhale. Move the torso forward, send the forehead. And then drop the hands. Beautiful. And just let all of this hold you. Make adjustments to the props as needed. Maybe Have a block here, a book, and bringing that floor closer to you. And send everything out. And just pull the hands. Noticing the lower back, the shins, the hamstring. If you have one cheek on the pillow, go ahead and inhale. Rotate the gaze to the opposite side. If you're in the center, just go ahead and stay there. And on an inhale, when you're ready, go ahead and rise up. Release any of your props from the mat. I'm just going to roll onto our backs here. So it's going to take me a moment to release my props. Good. So I've released all my props. And I'm just going to roll into my back, but I'm going to keep one prop near me. And that will be my pillow. So I'm going to come into legs up the wall, but I'm going to support my hips with a pillow. So just roll on down, wherever's comfortable for you. And let's just bring a pillow under the hips. So I think we have discussed other ways we can do this posture, and I'll explain them for options for now or for future dates. Just send those legs up to the sky. You can do this actually up against a wall. So that's an option. You can also bring a chair or some couch cushions under the calves. So we raise the legs up like so. So if that's available to you, feel free to grab any of those props you have around you. But if you have a folded up blanket or a pillow just to support those hips, go ahead. And just give yourself some time here. Noticing what you notice. Letting the blood come out of the feet. Really good. Moving the lymph through the body. Good. Go ahead and bring those legs down when you're ready. Just bring them to the mat, noticing any heaviness, noticing where the circulation has gone, where the blood flow has shifted. We're just going to come into butterfly pose. Go ahead and release the prop. If you have a couple of books or pillows, you can go ahead and bring them to the side of the mat. Draw the bottoms of the feet together and just let the legs fall open. Maybe one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. letting props hold the legs. Maybe you even add something just to raise them up ever so slightly, releasing all of the work from the legs. Good. Sinking deeper into your mat. A bit more. When you're ready, go ahead and draw the hands to the outside of the legs, bringing the knees in, releasing the blocks. And the pillows. Good. Feeling what the lower back feels like on the mat here. And then just sending that left leg long, drawing that right knee in, clasping the fingers. On the shin. Letting yourself sink into the mat. If you can draw the shin in ever so slightly, any amount. Maybe you're grabbing the hamstring here, just pulling the knee toward you. And then if you can, let's try to draw that leg out. Maybe you can grab it with the forearm and pull it in. Or maybe it just goes from the center line over to the right ever so slightly. And then you give it a little tug, a little squeeze using the strength of the right arm. And back to center. And then let's go ahead and rotate over. So rotate those hips over. Bring the leg on to the pillows. Maybe you extend that right leg, right arm out and look at it. Bringing that left hand on top of the right leg. Feeling the twist. Rinsing the organs. And when you're ready, roll back to center. Bring the hips into neutral. Draw that in for a moment and release it all the way down. Noticing the difference between right and left side bodies. And bringing those props over to the right side if you'd like to use them. Then draw that left knee in, grabbing, clasping the fingers underneath the kneecap onto the shin. Holding here, or maybe you draw the knee out toward the outside of the body ever so slightly. And you draw it in even more here. Maybe, just like the other side, you're grabbing that hamstring, just holding the leg up in the air and then pulling on it ever so slightly to draw it toward the nose. Whatever your body is needing at this time, make it accessible. Back to center, and when you're ready, go ahead and lift those hips up to the left, rotate the leg all the way over. And here you can bring that right hand to the top of the left thigh and the left hand out and look at it. Holding it there, noticing that lower back sacrum area, being really gentle with it. Good. And as you're ready, drawing the left knee back to center, lifting the hips, making them neutral, drawing that left knee in ever so slightly, and extending it all the way out. Preparing for final resting posture or Shavasana. You would like to have a heart opener during this time. You are welcome to bring those pillows back behind the low back and then just roll back onto them, sending the head down, opening the arms, extending those feet out. If you have a blanket, you can cover up with the blankets. Whatever you need here to feel warm and comfortable in your final resting pose. Just letting gravity open that chest, that heart cavity, rib cage splaying open, counteracting any hunching, computer work, bones, driving, anything you're doing all day long. And just let those toes fall apart as you relax into the mat. Noticing the breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Taking note of how you feel, any tingling going on in the body, sensation, noticing the air on your skin, taste in your mouth, view behind the eyelids, and the sounds that surround you in this moment. Letting go of everything else that came before, everything that's coming after, and just being present in the moment. And when you're ready, go ahead and roll onto one side. You can remove any props or just roll off of them. Sometimes is actually the safest. Rolling onto one side, maybe pushing them out of the way. Relishing in this last posture. Take it all in. And when you're ready, press into the top hand. Come up into a seated position. Crossing the legs. Maybe sit on one of those pillows today, just to raise the hips up ever so slightly. Thanking yourself for trying something new. Great job at triangle and pyramid. Proud of you. Take one hand, just give yourself a pat on the back. And then take two hands and cross them. Just give yourself a little shoulder massage up here on the top. You're massaging the sides of the neck and behind the ears. You're massaging the front of the chest. And just crossing those hands. Giving those arms a little squeeze. And then shake out the hands. Now put palms together. Put them over the mouth. Feeling the steaminess of the breath. One last breath. And then bring those palms together, bowing forward, saying namaste. Thanking yourself Namaste, meaning that the light inside of me sees, honors, loves, celebrates, and rejoices in the light inside of each and every one of you. So proud of you for being here today. Thank you so much for coming to Yoga Basics. We can't wait to see you again next week. Have a beautiful rest of your day and evening, and look forward to seeing you again.